I have come so far in my journey, and by the grace of God, it's been pretty easy for me. Like there's a lot of artists out there that have like very like harsh stories or like say, oh, I had to go through this, I had to go through that. But honestly, the way my journey has gone, it's helped me understand that this is actually my purpose, alongside with just my dad naming me Madyson Symphony. That plus my journey has shown me this is where you need to be. And by me saying that I'm the future, I'm like, I'm clearly meant to be here. Like I'm one of the next artists that's up. And when I think of my future, I think of me, of course, making music and being an artist, but also just expanding my talents, like writing for other people. Like even, I don't think it'll be my story where I'm not making music, but even if God's like, hey, actually, you're just going to be a songwriter and you're going to do this, I'm okay with that being my future.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Indie Unplugged. I'm your guy. Y'all should know. Y'all see me like a million times, right? I am Vaughan, of course, the creator, host of the Indie Unplugged. And today I have an amazing guest with me. As I always do, let me go through the process of giving a very formal introduction. So joining us today is Madyson Symphony, a soulful singer-songwriter from rural Illinois, whose name, given by her father, came with a destiny. Raised in church and raised on YouTube, she cultivated a powerful voice from a young age. After honing her craft with a music degree from Spelman College, Madyson has spent the past 4 years capturing the attention of heavyweight producers like Terrace Martin, who produced her debut single, Slowburn. She's gone viral, shared stages with music legends, and carved out a genre-blending space uniquely her own. With faith as her foundation and authenticity as her compass, Madyson Symphony is here today to share her journey, her artistry, and her vision with the Indie Unplugged. Let's give a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for Madyson Symphony.
Hey.
How goes it?
It's good. Thank you so much for having me, Brian.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Basically, she used the whole government name, right?
Oh, well.
She used to get hello, Brian. Right.
What do you like to be called?
Now, either one is fine.
Okay.
Either is fine. Vaughan, Brian, either one is fine.
Okay.
It's
Vaughan.
stands for Brian anyway.
Got you.
But yeah, so welcome to the Indie Unplugged.
Thank you.
So let's, as I do with all my guests, let's get into the background of Madyson Symphony, right? So can you just take us back to the beginning? What first sparked your love for music? And when did you know that this was something that you truly wanted to take seriously?
So I grew up in a musical family.
Okay.
So music was honestly the first thing I've known before words, probably. Just like my father was a big music head. So I grew up listening to all old stuff. I would say like a lot of my covers, people are like, how do you know this music? It's because I grew up on like Anita Baker, India Ari, Faith Evans, all like just legends in the game. And so my first memory would be when I was 3 years old, sitting on my tia's lap, and she's recording me on a camera, and she's like, so what are you gonna sing today? And I'm like, I'm gonna sing this song, and I'm Madyson Symphony, and you're gonna pay attention. And so that's like what I really remember as being my start into like music, and just, being in the Sunbeam choir and being in those royal blue robes and singing in church. But I would say I really knew I wanted to be an artist later in the game. Like I have always been singing all my life, but I realized that I really wanted to do this for real as a career when I got here for school. And so I was singing on social media, posting and everything, and then I had like gone viral. And so a lot of people were, reaching out and wanting to connect, and a lot of auditions were coming. And I had a couple auditions that I weren't really like proud of how I represented myself. And so I was like, we're going to do this for real. We're not going to just, touch on it here and there, because I was in school and it was hard to balance everything. But I was like, we're going to do this for real. And we're going to lock in, get focused. And that was when I realized like I actually want to make this my career.
So what was at Spelman that was the catalyst when you knew, you said, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, what was that moment like? What was happening for you at that moment?
I was still posting videos on social media, but my freshman year was not the best because I decided to be a mathematics major and a music minor. And so I was taking all the math classes, which I like math. However, I love music more. So going to school and just dreading to go to my dream school. Spelman is where I wanted to be. And I was finally there. But my first year, I was just like, I don't want to go to this class. I don't want to be in campus. I don't want to see nobody right now. And I was most happy in my music classes. So the end of my freshman year, I was like, we're going to make the switch. We're not going to be scared anymore. And we're going to go for it. And that was that.
So what was it about Spelman that drew you to Spelman? Why Spelman, right? I mean, you're in the hub of HBCUs, right? So why that specific university?
I chose Spelman because it was all I knew. Growing up, my tia left to go to Spelman when I was like 1, I think. And so growing up, I was just like, I want to go to Spelman like my tia. I want to be like my tia. I'm going to go to Spelman. And I kept just claiming that and claiming it. And so when it got time for me to apply for college, I was like, Spelman is the way to go. Now, I definitely did my own research and like looked into Spelman on my own terms to see what I liked about it. And after doing that, I was like, yes, this is where I need to be. Granted, I love my CAU cousins. I love my Morris Brown cousins, but I didn't do any research into those schools. Well, actually, no. I applied to Clark in case I didn't get into Spelman. And Clark accepted me. But once I got that acceptance from Spelman, I said, okay, forget all the other schools. I'm going to Spelman, and that's where I'm going to be.
Yeah. So what was it about the environment at Spelman from a musical perspective, right? Because you went to school for you said math, which I couldn't go to school for math. I'm not that smart in math, right? Couldn't do that. Congratulations.
I mean, if you could do all of this, I feel like you could.
Nah, that's a whole different thing. When I was in school, I was in honors algebra. That was the furthest I got in math.
It's all right. At least you got there. That's all that matters.
Where's the calculator? I need that, right? So you went math, minor in music, right? Of course, your love was more for music. You know, so what was that environment like? Like, how did you go through that process of switching? And then you say, you know what, I'm gonna do this full time, because you mentioned that you had some auditions, and those auditions weren't really like a true representation, right? So talk about that experience. What was happening at that time that kind of changed that momentum for you?
So at Spelman, I would say the environment I had as a music major, I was in the Spelman College Glee Club. So shout out to SEGC for life. I was in the Glee Club. Yes. And I was in the Glee Club my first year. And the director, Dr. Kevin Johnson, and my music advisor, Dr. Grissom, and my voice teacher at the time, Miss Maria Clark, they kept saying, Madyson, you need to be a music major. Because I was a minor and I was still like in the Glee Club, and I was taking vocal lessons and doing piano. And they were like, just make the switch. What are you doing? Or double major. And I was like, I definitely can't double major. But they kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. However, you know, sometimes everybody else can say, oh, you're great and you're awesome, or you should do this, but it really doesn't. You really don't understand it until you yourself think it. So I finally realized it a little later, and I just made the switch. I was like, everybody says I can do it. It's just if I just get out of my own way. And so I decided to just make that change. And being a music major at Spelman, it is a liberal arts school, but you know, like Spelman is more about like STEM and, you know, doctor, psychology, lawyer realm and everything. But it was still great for it to be a liberal arts school. I still had amazing teachers. I still had great classes. I actually kicked off the domestic exchange between Berklee College of Music and Spelman College. And so that opportunity was so much fun my junior year. Shout out to Miss Tia Fuller, a Spelman sister as well. She started it. And that's honestly when I would say Spelman as a school itself started expanding. They started that domestic exchange program. Then they brought in music technology, which I concentrated in production and technology. So I came there knowing Pro Tools. Shout out to just my family and my uncle putting me into Pro Tools as my main DAW. But at Spelman, they were just teaching through Logic at the time. But once I came back...
Team Logic, baby. Team Logic, baby.
Team Logic. Boo. Boo. No.
Team Logic.
Logic is cool, but Pro Tools is where it's at.
Team Unlimited Tracks. Team Unlimited.
That's where it's at. Like in the professional world, if you go into a studio session, they're going to have Pro Tools on the screen, not Logic.
True. They're going to have Pro Tools on the screen. Exactly. Trust me, I understand. I get it, right?
Yes.
From a music creation perspective.
Now, I can agree with that. Like the projects I've had where I had to produce, I'd rather produce in Logic than in Pro Tools. Recording vocals and mixing, yes.
Oh yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah, I'll give that to Pro Tools, but
yeah, production,
yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Logic.
See, I get it, but I'm just Pro Tools all day. My bad, sorry. But yeah, I would say they started in Logic, and then they eventually, once I came back from Berkeley, they started like giving classes in Pro Tools. I got Pro Tools certified at Spelman as well.
That's not an easy thing, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that. Pro Tools certification, any DAW is not an easy task to do. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
That is
it's not easy at all, but it's also, I will say, if you have the certification, that still don't mean nothing. Can you actually act out what you learn?
Exactly.
Because you can memorize everything all you want for them quizzes and them tests, but when it comes down to a session, if I'm asking you to split that track, can you split that track? Like you got to know what you're doing. But yeah, they started with that, and then they also created a new building and did a studio and everything. So I will say, in my beginning matriculation at Spelman, there were limited things for music, but it's a liberal arts school. But and once I got into my senior year, that definitely changed. And although I loved Berkeley, I would not have changed my decision to attend Spelman for music rather than attending Berkeley, which is a music school.
Yeah, because I have an acquaintance of mine who's a professor at Berkeley. And so, I mean, Berkeley is a music school, right? And so all of the things that happen from music perspective comes from out of these, whether it's Full Sail, whether it's Berkeley, and things like that, right? So they have a very good, strong, I'll say use the word stronghold on the industry, right? Like one of the guys who, from him telling me, was one of the guys who was the composer for Game of Thrones.
Really?
Was a Berkeley alumni person. And during one of the recent graduations, he was there. And I'm like, do you find it?
Yeah, honestly, it was like me being in a candy store because I'm coming from a school where we have limited access to practice rooms, all that. Then going to Berkeley, I'm like, there's practice rooms in the dorm room. There's like sessions happening all the time. There's people shedding drums. One of my neighbors in my dorm room was a tuba player. Then I had a violinist the next door, and they're both practicing at the same time. It was like there's just music constantly happening. But I love that because I was in an environment where not everybody was a music major. At Berkeley, everybody is there for music.
That's right.
Yeah, so I was just like, this is absolutely amazing. Although I definitely miss my people. I missed my people and the culture because, you just can't beat a HBCU. So I would say there were like ups and downs to it, but I loved both schools. I feel like I had the best of both worlds, honestly, getting to just study music fully and experience a PWI and then being at HBCU and still getting to experience music as well. So honestly, I'm truly grateful for my college journey.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So being Pro Tools certified, understanding mixing, understanding production, how does that translate to when you are actually in sessions with other producers, other engineers? Because a lot of times, the reason why I asked that, because a lot of times females will come into the studio and guys will be like, they don't know nothing about nothing. Right. And so when you now it's kind of like when, like my wife knows about cars. I don't know about cars. Right. She can, when we change the oil, when we change the brakes, I'm like, Dad, you know how to change the oil and the brakes? Like, I don't even know how to do that. What?
Oh my gosh.
And so she's that's her. That's who she is. Right. And so when she goes to places, they try to, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
And she's like, hey, watch. So how did that work for you in that situation with your background?
Granted, I've only been doing this artist journey for about 4 to 5 years. I've only really had one iffy moment in a session. And it wasn't anything about like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. It's just that I just kept having to constantly be like, hey, can you just move this here? Can you command east with the track, delete it, just cut this off and everything like,
Oh,
and just having, you know, walk somebody else through it.
well, once you start naming shortcuts,
And cause I'm like, hey, I'm asking simple stuff here. But I mean, it wasn't like a disrespectful exchange. It was just like, I was just like, I expected this person, you know, just to be more professional or just more of an expert than me in the moment. And it felt like I was the expert at the time. And it wasn't really good for production wise. But the producer I work with now, shout out to Modre, he's actually a Berkeley alum. He's never, like, I work with him mainly and we've never had a thing where he's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He'll be like, what do you think? Like, I know, because he knows me and he knows that I study music. So he's always like, how does this sound? Is this muddy? Do you like this? Do you like that? So he respects me and respects, you know, my intelligence for music. So thank God I haven't had any, you know, bad experiences. Hopefully I don't have any like those. But I mean, even if I do, I'm very confident in who I am and that I know what I'm doing. Like, I don't have a degree for no reason. Like, I got it.
Sure.
So yeah, I've never had those instances, but I'm just truly grateful for producers like Modre that actually respect me as a woman in the industry, knowing what I know. And yeah, shout out to him.
Good stuff. Yeah, I always, you know, it's just always that thing because it's just that dynamic between male and female in the studio, and then maybe seasoned versus what people say not so seasoned.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in this industry for 20 years. I know what I'm doing. It's like, well, can you X and then bring up the mixer? Well, I'm talking about a lot. Press X and bring up the mixer and then can you create it? And they're like,
but I mean, like, I have been the youngest in a lot of, I'm always the youngest actually in whatever I'm in. Like, when it comes to BGV work, studio sessions, everything, I'm always the youngest in the room. But what I can say is I'm truly grateful for those people that are older than me. They still respect me and they, you know, still are there to help me out. And they're very gentle with me. And I truly appreciate that because at Berkeley, I was around people all my age. But here in Atlanta, I'm always the youngest in the room. And, you know, they play around and be like, oh, the little baby. But like, they still respect me and know that I know what I'm doing. And that, you know, we're all learning from each other. So I'm just grateful for that.
Nobody is above learning.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care how old you are. Nobody is above learning. Nobody's above being taught something.
Yeah.
Because there may be things that I think I know. And because technology changes so rapidly, there may be things that, yeah, this used to work that way, but now it doesn't work that way. And so having fresh eyes and fresh takes on things keeps a person in that continuous learning process. I'm always about learning from all because I never know what you know and vice versa, right? And so how can we continuously learn together so that we can maximize the opportunity that we're in? Yeah. And I think that's very important from that perspective. So your father named you Madyson Symphony, right? I thought it was so unique when I read that.
Thank you.
Right,
shout out to Dad.
Yep, shout out to dads, right?
Go Frank. Woo,
right.
Woo.
So your dad named you Madyson Symphony. How has that shaped your relationship with music and purpose? And beyond the literal label, what does the word symphony mean to you musically and personally?
Ooh.
Deep question.
Wow. How has it shaped me? Oh gosh, this is so hard. Because I've never really thought of this, but thank you so much for that question because now I can really think about it later on. But I think it just shaped my love for music and my passion for it. And I also think that names are truly important. What you name your child is definitely important. And so I would say my name has helped shape my career and who I am as a just singer and a musician in general. Because first of all, it's symphony. And I mean, you can't get no better than that, honestly. Like all my teachers and professors were like, wait, are you serious? No wonder you sound like that. And I really never thought about like how a name could, you know, be a indication of clearly why I sing the way I do or how I create music the way I do. But I feel like it does. Like if my name wasn't Madyson Symphony and I was Madyson whatever, I don't think I would be as strong of an artist I am today, or I wouldn't have such a deep connection with music the way I do. And, This is really deep.
It's a deep question.
Okay,
it's a deep question, right?
This is deep.
Yeah, I mean, because when you think about it, you think about just the connotation of symphony.
Yeah.
And like when you go to a symphony and you see everyone up there and you're like, and it's grand and it's huge and it's massive and exciting and different people are doing different things, but everything that they're doing is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's magical. It's musical. And you're like, wow.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm so grateful for the name. Because like when the second question was, what do I think of symphony? I think it means multiple movements in one. Because like you said, like there's people coming together and they're making one big sound and harmony. I think my father naming me Symphony, it coincides with the way I sing, my creation, how I think with music, how I produce, and how I vocal arrange, harmonies and everything, all of these intricate things, my style, which he's given me myself. I mean, given to me himself. My personality, it all makes one big symphony into the artist that I am today. And wow, this is so deep. I'm really about to be thinking about this all day now. I feel like it really it makes sense now. Now that I am thinking about it, it makes sense why my music journey has gone the way it has. It makes sense as to why I am the way I am as an artist. And I think it makes sense why I sound the way I do, why I create music the way I do. And honestly, just grateful. Dad, if I haven't said it, thank you. You did that. You did that.
That name came with a destiny, right? Came with a destiny. Father must have known. He has some insight to go, you know what?
Clearly. Yeah.
He's like, my baby gonna be magical.
Exactly.
She's gonna be huge, right? She's gonna be in this music thing. So he must have, parents kind of have names mean things, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't, they just, I'm gonna name you this because that, like, I had a cousin who's, if your mom was.
Are you about to call your cousin out?
It is what it is.
Oh, Lord.
It is. I mean, her middle name was Pressure.
Okay.
Because she gave her mom pressure when she was pregnant. So that's what she named her, Pressure.
That's fantastic.
I was like, oh, that's what Pressure. Right? I was like, okay.
I'm sorry, cousin. I'm so sorry, cousin.
Hey, but names have meaning. Sometimes you were like, well, why did you give that person that name? Because we were dating on this night and then, they just happened to look up the moon. So your name is Moon. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, for my generation, when you say somebody Pressure, that means they that thing. So hopefully Pressure is out
not back
here.
then.
Oh.
No. Like she gave her pressure when there's a lot of pressure. Like,
you know what? It's all right. It's
okay.
It's okay, Pressure. It's all right.
Look, y'all, my family know me. If they see this, hey, it is what it is, right? So, but anyway, but names do mean things, right? And so when you name a child that name you're going to give them, that kind of signifies a weight that they carry out into the world. So whatever that name is has meaning behind it. It has action behind it. And so for your father, I'm assuming, you're like, my baby girl, she's going to be something amazing. So here's why I'm going to name her that. Because that's like me naming my son Jim Trebleclef. Right? Or
what?
Barbara Mezzo.
But okay. That is so.
I'm just saying, right?
There's probably somebody out there named Mezzo though. And you know what? I mean, it's kind of a cute little name. I'm not mad at it. Mezzo. That's kind of cool.
I got a friend who runs a company called the Mezzo Agency.
Yes, I actually interned there.
Oh, with Tammy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to Tammy. Yeah, that's what's up. So I would ask, how was it interning at the?
It was great.
Now that I know,
it was great because now that, first of all, shout out to Tammy because let me get situated for this.
Shout out to Tammy.
Let me get situated for this because what people don't understand is that as a music major, when it comes to like internships and everything, a lot of music internships are looking for people that want to do music law or be A&Rs or be a manager or do music business. When they see that you're trying to be an artist, it's like they immediately like, okay, we're going to go the other direction because they're expecting you to be like wanting to show music or like try to get connected with them to be an artist and like push your music forward. which I wanted to like be in those music internships just to be a well-rounded musician. I want to know what's happening in synchronization licensing. How does the behind the scenes of music work? I'm just the type of person where I just like the music industry. I don't care if you know if I can sing or if you know my music. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to learn. But when you're a performance major or a music major and your main thing is voice or production, a lot of people aren't really open to giving the internship. Wow. And it's overlooked. So hopefully, if you guys are listening, just be open to allowing the performance majors or producers to be in the internship, even if they're not trying to be in business. They're just in the music industry. They want to learn.
I mean, we harp so much about performing artists needing to learn the business.
Exactly.
And if they need to learn the business, this is a great opportunity for them to learn the business. So why would I not give you an internship at these organizations that do these particular functions so that you can learn this side so that it can help complement and well-round you out as a artist holistically.
Exactly. Because a lot of students I've seen from Morehouse and Spelman that got music internships, they weren't music majors. I'd be like, dang, like I was a part of Grammy U. I was like, you know,
that's what's up.
Being like, you know, a part of events and like showing my face, but it's just like they're looking for, you know, business people and managers and people that want to go in that route. And so, but I'm grateful for, you know, the internships I have had, like with Tammy. Like I learned so much about what it means to have a publisher, but also have a publisher for like synchronization licensing and putting in TV shows and movies and not just BMI and ASCAP and all that stuff. I really got a well-rounded understanding of like how music business works and how artists are getting their money and what you should have, what you need to have, how percentages look, and just understanding that 5% really is a lot of a song. That really is a lot. And it's just, it helps me as an independent artist just understand everything well-roundedly because I'm not with a label. I don't desire to be with one. If I can do everything on my own, I will gladly do that. But it was just very helpful.
Independence.
Yes, independent.
That's right. Good. I mean, yeah, I'm glad because I think more music majors need to, as we stated, learn the music side. And that is a great opportunity to intern, to take those artists who, I mean, we talk about it all the time. And how can we not offer you internships on that side when that's something you need to know? We can't say that that's something you need to know and then don't provide opportunity for you to know it.
Exactly.
We can't just say, oh, go read all these books.
Yeah.
No, we need to put you in real situations where we are having these conversations where you can experience all these different things so that you can get a firsthand knowledge and experience of the music business.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy, for doing that. Shout out to
Mezzo.
Shout out to Mezzo. That's right. That's right. You ever thought about joining the Recording Academy?
Actually, I haven't sat down and thought about it, but if the opportunity ever came, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Today we just announced all of the this class. Yeah. Yeah. And
You're a part of it? Okay.
Yep. So one of the guys that I know, he got in today. So I was like, yeah, look at you. Welcome to the Recording Academy.
I need to get up on that because I think my Grammy U thing is about to expire soon since I done graduated now. So let me go ahead and move up with the big dogs.
Yeah, come on. Like, hey, let's do it. So, okay, good. So let's kind of go back just a little bit. So you say you were raised in church, raised in a musical family. How did that influence your artistry? Because church is different. Church is kind of...
It's definitely different.
Definitely different, right? And a lot of, when you think about music, and a lot of singers, R&B singers, come out of church. And church is kind of like that. This is why I never sing in church. Because they rough.
It's the perfect breeding ground, honestly. Like, well, first of all, just my family being musically inclined. I was the oldest of the grandchildren. So like it started with me and my cousin Phelan because we're like 9 months apart. But we were just thrown into it. So when it would be time to sing, my aunt would be like, she'd be like, now sing it. And I'll have to sing it right back to her perfectly.
Yes.
And it's like, first of all, my let me just start by saying this. My music talents come from my dad's side of the family, and it's him and his 4 siblings. And they all sing. My grandfather, he comes from a family of 13 children, and that side is musically inclined as well. So they're all just growing up listening to music, singing. And it gets to a time where it's the pastoral anniversary. Or my grandma's just like has this song on her heart that she wants us to sing so bad in church. So it's like, Madyson, sing this, sing that. I'm holding down soprano by my lonesome.
Black
like
church.
10 years old, 9 years old, just singing in the rafters.
Black church, right?
But it helps me be the artist I am today. Like when I'm in sessions, a lot of people are like, damn, like you just move so fast. You pick it up so fast. I didn't have a choice. Okay.
Choice.
Growing up.
Right.
First of all, I was learning total praise. And
Richard Smallwood?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I was.
No, you wasn't. Not by yourself.
No, yes,
What?
I was 10 years old singing soprano. And
oh my goodness.
My aunt was getting mad at me because Lord, I will lift my eyes to the hills, knowing I couldn't get the knowing to help my life. And she was like, sing it again. Sing it. I was in tears because first of all, my aunt, I call her twin. She's so sweet. Like she never really gets on me ever. But in that moment, I was in tears. I'm like, she's mad at me and I can't get this no. And we got to sing this in like 2 hours. And I don't know the part. And they're going to be mad at me because I can't sing the part. So I literally shedded that over and over and over. I was like, knowing, until I got it. And boom, I got it. But that's what I grew up on. And so now me as an artist has helped me a lot. Like just being in sessions where people like throw a song at me and be like, Maddie, we need you to sing soprano or alto. Here's the audio, learn it. Because what a lot of people don't understand, well, I would say a lot of people I went to school with didn't understand was like, yes, we're learning music, but when you're in the industry, you're not given a sheet of paper to read. You're given an audio, right. you're getting a Dropbox of audio, and you need to shed that audio. And I thank God I grew up in that environment because my ear, not to brag on myself, but I have a really good ear. Really good ear, good relative pitch. And granted, it was hard going to Spelman and being a music major because all the other girls were musically trained. They grew up reading music. I was in choir in high school and junior high, but I cheated my way out of it because if the director played it once, I got it. Like I don't need to look at the music. But at Spelman and Dr. Kevin Johnson, if you can't read music, he is going to call you out and he is going to have you stand in front of that glee club and read it and sing it. And so I learned how to read music. So when my time came, I did not get tomatoes thrown at me or booed or looked at crazy because I am a music major in this club, not knowing how to read music. But yeah, a lot of people don't understand that it's your ear in the industry. Like I've never gotten a sheet of music ever in my life doing BGV work or anything else. Granted, you may get it like for movie scoring and TV show stuff, but I've never had to read a sheet of music. So growing up in that environment shaped me. And then also it helped me honestly understand harmonies and just how to be diverse. Because growing in a small town, I listened to all types of music, but I grew up singing in the church. However, once I leave church, on the radio, you have the Beatles, or you have Fleetwood Mac, or you have just all different genres of music. And growing up in that family, we listened to all different genres of music.
That's right.
So it's helped me understand how to go from when I need to pull my church training out in a song, or when I need to leave that vibrato and runs alone and just sing it in a sweet tone, no melismas and no extra work. It's definitely helped me just balance and be versatile as a singer.
Yeah, y'all look, y'all hear that? Because I think some of that's missing today. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I did. I think a lot of that's missing today,
especially in R&B. Like I'm getting a little irritated with this rap singing.
I'm an R&B person.
Yeah.
But I'm an older person. So my R&B is Boys and Men.
No, I know what
Jodeci,
you mean. On my playlist.
Right? Jodeci, Men Condition, 112.
Faith Evans,
that
church background. Joe's
my guy though. I like, right? But I'm saying that's for me, R&B. I had a friend send me a message the other day. He was like, "Hey, you heard this new who was this artist
calling somebody out?"
Hey, it is what it is. Who was the artist?
I'm gonna turn my face.
Come on, Eric Bellinger.
The
new Eric Bellinger album, and I was like, No, I haven't heard it yet.
Mm.
Because you know I'm an R&B guy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet. Okay, he's like, yo, you got to check it out. It's dope. And I was like, okay, cool. Is it R&B? Or is it like trap soul?
Okay, I can
R&B.
understand it. But I love Eric though. Like he can sing R&B down too. But I will say I feel like it's an industry thing where
It is.
they're putting everything all in one category. Like how we see shows where like artists like Doja, which I love Doja, but like she would win an R&B record award over Jasmine Sullivan. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I just feel like
gospel award.
But I just feel like the industry needs to do better with just
Yes, they do.
respecting R&B and not just throwing black music in the R&B category.
Exactly.
Because one day I may put out a pop song, but it better not be in the R&B category just because you know,
that's right.
like it needs to be.
That's exactly what they do
in the pop category.
They're gonna put it right in the R&B. Well, she's an R&B singer, so we're gonna put it right in the R&B category. Like, no, that's a pop song.
Exactly. No.
That's a pop song.
But yeah,
Right.
church is definitely I'm missing it from R&B. But hopefully that's why I hope I can help be one of the artists to bring that back. Because it's definitely not just from a singing standpoint, but just knowing how to navigate a stage, knowing how to interact with people, knowing how to sing when the sound's bad. I don't need any ears to sing. I can just use the monitors. Why? Because church sound, okay. Growing up, Mount Episcopal Baptist Church, if I pulled the mic up just here, all you hear is so it's like just knowing how to maneuver, not having the best technology. You know, church is just the best breeding ground. Even if you're singing in the choir on the praise team, it's just
I know.
It's the best, honestly.
I know. I was in church one day singing Fred Hammond, You Are the Living Word. And a kid in the back was laughing at me.
No.
He was like, you sound like a sheep.
Oh, no. No.
I was like, well, guess I ain't singing in church no more.
Okay. God was pleased anyway because you were serving him. That's all that matters. But that's not an easy song to sing either, because that harmony on You Are the Living Word.
I was like,
not easy.
The dude was like, you sound like a sheep. I was like, or a goat. It was one of them. He said, I think it was a goat.
He was like,
Lamb of God. I was like,
a sweet little lamb of God.
Like, you know what, kid? Come here.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss that kind of singing a little bit.
Come here, kid. Come here. But yeah, raw. That was raw.
It was. It was heartfelt.
I haven't sang since then.
It's all right.
Yeah, nah.
Don't let that stop you.
Nah. So you describe yourself as awkward, funny, and a vibe. How do you bring that into your music and into your performances? Because I can see that, but how does that translate into your music and into your performances?
In my performances, oh Lord, it translates pretty well. I gotta say, like, especially like when I'm just very comfortable and I like see people that I love and know in the audience, like my comfortable side of me just being very quirky and awkward, it comes out very well. And don't let me have to speak between two songs. Oh boy, you're gonna get Maddie and not Madyson Symphony. But we're working on that. I'm working on it still to this day because, you know, you always have to learn. I'm just learning how to like hold it back, but, you know, not hold it back too much. Still give people that side of me. But, you know, just reel it in, you know?
No, why?
Because,
why do you feel like you need to reel it in?
Because honestly, if the reins are let off of me, Vaughan, I'm telling you, once the reins are let off, there's no going back. I have to keep it in because I'm truly a goofball. Like my family and friends know that I'm on social media. Everybody's like, oh, she's so pretty. She's so chill. Like, she's so like, oh, fly. Which, yes, those things are true. However, the real me, I'm a little nutball. I'm a nut job. I'm a goofball. And if you give me an inch, I'm definitely going to take a mile. So I definitely have to learn how to, you know, rein it in. But as for my music, I think it shows in my writing for sure. Just because I'm young, I'm 22. I'm still like learning life and experiencing life. And that shows up in my writing. I would say like if you listen to my music, you can tell that I'm a young person trying to figure it out, a little quirky girl trying to figure it out. I ain't seasoned yet. I ain't got no songs that can bring you to your knees and make you cry and scream yet, but I'm gonna write them.
You say, yeah, but
just gotta live more life, you know? But yeah, I feel like that's how it comes out in my music, just in my songwriting. And right now I'm challenging myself to produce my own EP.
Oh.
And
okay.
so I've been getting into the production vibe and everything. And it's showing up a lot actually in my style as a producer. And I'm embracing it. It's definitely not a sound that people would expect from me, but I'm getting into this season of where I'm going to produce what I like. And if you can digest it, you can. If you can't, you can't. And that's okay.
Exactly. That's exactly. Because I think sometimes we get caught up in trying to make music, specific music for people so that they can like it.
Yeah.
But we never know who's going to like what, right? I can tell you, when I first heard Thong Song, I hated that song. I was like, this is, that girl's so scandalous. And I was like, this is garbage. This is horrible. This was for Michael Jackson. This is the song that y'all were going to give Tim Kelly. Y'all were going to give this.
I'm not going to lie. Mike would have ate that up.
He would have ate that song up. I would admit that.
Especially the choreo.
Oh, God.
We missed out on something great.
That would have been crazy to see.
But I mean,
I don't know if
Cisco still did a great job.
Cisco did a great job.
I mean, the ending of that song, he is screaming. First of all, there was just an interview with Cynthia Erivo talking about how he did not have to do too much.
I saw that too.
He did not have to do too much, but it was needed. Honestly, like he was singing so passionately about a thong. Like
so passionately.
That's that church background.
That's that church background. He was in there.
It's coming.
Praising and like. He was in there. I was like,
a whole shout break.
I hated that. I hated that song.
Really?
But once you hear something over and over and over and over again, you're like, oh, let me really sit back and kind of digest this song. I was like, wow, you know what? This song actually is a really good song. And a lot of times we make music to try to fit people when we should just make music and let whoever loves that music gravitate to that music. You may find that there's a whole new section of fans that you now have because you made this type of music, right? Like there's a K-pop song that I'm working on. And so, so like, but who's going to listen to that song, right? I don't know. There's a huge market for K-pop.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, it's not an actual Korean person, right? That's producing it or an actual Korean artist that may be on it. But it's like, are people going to love it? Probably. Are people who do K-pop going to love it? Probably. You make the music that you love to make, not try to make music to appease other people. Because if you do that, you're going to.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to focus on. I would say it was kind of difficult because I'm still like, even though I've been doing it for 4 to 5 years, I'm still kind of fresh in it. I'm still like trying to like find my sound and who is Madyson Symphony.
She said 4 to 5, y'all. Because it sounded like she said 45. No, she said 4 to 5. Just making sure y'all know. She said 4 to 5.
I'm not a vampire. 4 to 5. But yeah, I'm still trying to find my sound. And so like working on this EP, I'm like, well, I know from my covers and how I arrange vocals on my social media, people are expecting me to produce something more soulful or neo soul vibe or R&B, especially with Slowburn and how that sounds. Even though I did not produce it, it's a sound that people would expect.
Okay.
But with this EP and this production I'm doing, it's like people are going to be shocked. And how do I feel about that? So I've just been in this spot of trying to tell myself, like, it's not about how other people feel. Just put the music out. And I'm so grateful for artists like Yebba and Willow Smith and SZA, how you can tell that their music is music that they want to produce. When you look at Yebba, people would expect Yebba to be very soulful and like, give us all the runs because she can give us all the runs. But in her album Dawn, you have folk, you have soul, you have R&B, you have pop, you have slight country-esque vibes. SZA, you get pop, R&B, rock and roll. Willow Smith, you get jazz, pop, rock and roll, folk. They're making music that they want to make. And granted, they've probably had thoughts about like, should I put it out? Like, will people actually like it? And you have little old me here is like, yes, I absolutely love it. So it just keeps me going that even if there's only just one person out there that'll like it, someone likes it and you like it and you're going to put it out and it's a body of work that you love and you're going to share it to the world. So that's what I've just been trying to preach to myself and just keep telling myself in this process that just make the music.
Just make That's the message, y'all. Just make the music. Stop trying to wait for the music to be perfect.
Ooh, talk about it.
This is not always going to be what you may think is perfect, may not necessarily be. Stop trying to draw the song. Put out the music, right? Just put out the music. I'm saying this to myself. Just put out the music, right? Oh God, just put it out. But put out your music, right? Don't die. What did DJ Jazzy Jeff say?
Yeah, don't die.
Don't die empty.
Yeah.
Right? Did he say don't? No, he said, did he say don't die empty?
No, he said die empty. Yes.
Die
Get
empty.
all the music out there.
Get all the music out there. If you're an artist, see, that's the thing, I'm not an artist, right? So if I was an artist, I mean, that little kid would probably at the church probably tell me not to be an artist, but if I was an artist, I would do it. Like, y'all trust me. If I could sing, oh my goodness, y'all would be in trouble. In trouble.
I know. I would be shaking in my boots for my career, honestly.
Trouble.
Good.
But I can't, so y'all safe.
We're safe.
You're safe.
Thank God.
Yeah, you're safe. You're safe. So you talked about Slowburn, right?
Mm.
So I had a chance to listen to it. Love the song.
Thank you.
Love the song. I was like, I love the percussion in the song.
Well, shout out to Terrace. That was
Terrace.
all him.
That's what's up. So let's talk about Slowburn. So it's a rich emotional. I would, as I was listening to it, like, it's like an emotional, not, you think of R&B beats, and you got, drums and you clap, not so much in there. And it sounded great. Right. So when you think about the music Slowburn, what really inspired that song? And how did your collaboration with Terrace Martin help shape its sound?
So what inspired Slowburn was I got connected with Terrace through Miss Tia Fuller. And she was like, I have a student that's at Berkeley right now. She has a great sound. Like, this is a perfect matchup. And so Terrace was like, okay, here's a beat pack. And I picked out the track to Slowburn immediately. Mm-hmm. And although it was a loop, it reminded me of No Other Love by Faith Evans, where the whole track is literally just a loop. Mm-hmm. And she's just singing over it. All the vocal arrangements, the harmonies, the background is moving very well. And that's honestly what my goal was for Slowburn. But as for the writing aspect of it, I wanted to write something that was open for interpretation. So Slowburn is, I'm saying that I'm a slow burn when it comes to relationships. I'm not going to immediately go into a relationship with you. You're going to have to be okay with us just being friends, maybe us being best friends, and then going into it. And so that was the main thing that I was going for. And I had the help of my Tia as well, because she helped me get the melody and the words for the, I guess you could say, the B side of the chorus, or the only got a little way to go. And I was like, oh my goodness, we're getting somewhere. But we were in the living room, literally on the couch, and I wrote this. We wrote this song in 45 minutes. And honestly, what's crazy is I already had the song in mind, but I was getting ready to open up for the Amours. And the Amours is this duo group of sisters from DC, I think. And they did background for like PJ Morton and everything, but I had the opportunity to open up for them. And you want to know how God works? They hit me up. They hit me up when I was in Boston, and they were like, hey, our show, and I think it was going to be in Boston. Like, we would love for you to open up. But at the time, their team or everything was like, well, she doesn't have any original music out. And so we'll have to like pass them. And they were like, we're so sorry. Like, we would have had you either way. And they came again for their Atlanta show, because I was back home in Atlanta. And they're like, Maddie, we're reaching out again. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to have some original music for the people. Now is the time. All right. And they were like, we're okay with you not having original music. Like, you do covers. And I decided to do a flip, which is a cover. I did the Beatles Come Together over Snow Allegra's When I'm in Your Arms.
Oh.
And then I decided to write Slowburn for that exact show. And so we were on that couch for 45 minutes. I was like, okay, I like the vibe. I went upstairs in my room, recorded it, immediately sent it to Terrace to get his like input on it. He was like, okay, well, let's put it out. What are we doing? I was like, okay, cool. And that's honestly how Slowburn came to be. I'm so proud of it, because it's my first song out there. And I think it's a great representation of me as an artist and what I can come up with. And I fully just trusted Terrace in his production because when it comes to creating music, I'm the type of person where I need to be in every process. I need to be sitting down with the producer and I need to like tell you what this should be, how many bars of this, where this needs to go. And that's why I'm so grateful for producers like Modre, who he is a producer that plays all the instruments. So we'll be in a session and he'll go from bass to keys to like acoustic guitar to whatever, and we'll build it from scratch there. But with Terrace, I mean, it's Terrace Martin. I can't really be like, oh, this is gonna be terrible and I'm not gonna like it. No, it was absolutely amazing. All the tracks were, and it was hard to pick which one to write to actually. But that specific track really spoke out to me, and Slowburn just happened, and I'm so proud of my little baby, my first.
You know, it's like that, right? When it's your first song that's out in the world, and now it has legs and it's moving, and people are hearing it and giving you feedback on it. About whether do they love it, do they not love it, how do they feel, what's their initial reaction to it, you know? And you kind of now can take that information, that feedback, and go, okay, how do I now approach this next, right? Because you say you're starting to work on an EP, and so what is now? How does Slowburn fit into that? Is Slowburn now going to be a part of that, or is it going to be a standalone, or is it now I'm going to create something that's completely different, or right? And so now you kind of you can have a game plan to say, how do I now move forward with Slowburn, and then new music following behind that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's important for artists to always consider. I always tell artists, get ready so that you stay ready, so you can be ready when those opportunities happen, because you never know when those opportunities can come.
Like, I mean, that's a testimony for my life. You never know when the opportunities are going to happen. My just journey, stuff have been popping out of the woodworks. Like even the thing with Terrace and like with the Amores, that's just been the story of my life. But when I finally decided to make that decision to focus on music, me and my Tia, we were like, okay, artist development on our own. Tuesdays and Thursdays in the living room, grab the broom or grab the remote, sing right here. Show me what you're going to do when you're on stage. Show me how to sing this song. Let's do some vocal training. Learn this Celine Dion song, learn the Whitney Houston song, learn this Beyonce song, blah, 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 and know how to do it. So just been, honestly, that's just been my career, just like trying to get ready. So when the opportunities come, because like I said, that audition, I was like, I didn't like it. And ever since then, when the opportunities came, in that time, I was ready for it. But I definitely grew over time and was even more like prepared. And I'm still not where I want to be fully yet. But you know, it's a progress. And honestly, from my first 80 session to now, Vaughan, you just don't know. You just don't know. It's definitely night and day. And there's still some room to grow. But yeah, it was a struggle.
I mean, but at least you can see that there was a progressive growth in that process, right? So you can, because even from a production standpoint, we all start off horribly. Like if I played my very first beat, I was like, oh man, that's my first. That's the first one ever made. That sounds horrible. Like, wow. And I actually did a whole live stream playing like my most trashiest beats on this whole live stream. It was crazy.
It's okay, because honestly, your trash is probably somebody else's goal. Right. They're trying to get to that. That's what I have to like keep telling myself. Like when I hear stuff or like when people on social media be like, oh, I love this cover you did. That was like 4 years ago. And I'm like, huh? You love what? Like that sounds atrocious.
That's
like
crazy.
It's so bad. Like especially like when I do my a cappella arrangements, like they'll pull up something where the mix is absolutely terrible. It's muddy. It sounds like I recorded on a potato. And they're like, I love it. And I'm like, oh, do you? And then like just hearing what I have now, it's like, wow, 9 days. I'm still trying to get better at mixing. There's definitely more room for me to grow.
I would never get better at mixing. But I took mixing twice.
It's a tedious process.
But see, so I'm like you. I wanted to learn the process so that if I'm in a situation, I would know what to do.
Yeah.
Hey, bring that down. -3 dB.
And as an independent artist, you have to know everything.
You have to.
Like there's not just, oh, you just sing. No. As an independent artist, I'm my own glam squad. I'm my own video editor. I'm my own everything.
Everything.
So it's like you have to know, and not saying like I don't want to be, I had to get out of this because I'm a very type A person and a perfectionist. So I was like, I want to be able to know how to do everything. I want to know how to mix. I want to know how to produce. I want to know how to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm gotten to the point where it's like, it's okay if I'm not a pro at everything. I just need to at least know what I'm doing.
Right.
I know how to produce. I know how to mix. Now, if somebody sent me their album and was like, hey, mix all of this, baby, you got the wrong one. I can't, I can't even do it. But as long as you know the first 5 steps, it's okay if you don't know everything.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you look, my mixing engineers taught me the 4 basic principles of mixing. I was like, oh, what's that? Level, panning, compression, EQ.
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
That was like,
and that's all
I was like, that's it. They're like, yeah, watch how I do it. 90 plugins and move. I'm like, no. And I learned mixing from 2 people, a guy in Virginia named George Jr. Mayers. He was Teddy Riley's chief engineer.
Ooh.
And I learned from Carl Napa, who lives in St. Louis, who was, he engineered for, I mean, same thing with Junior, but they both engineered for Michael Jackson, NSYNC, Extreme. I mean, a lot of high profile.
Oh, wow, so you had a seminar from pros.
Pros, right? Yeah, it was. Sorry, Carl, I still don't know how to mix. You told me all that stuff. Still not my thing. Not a mixing guy. Right?
Honestly, like when people ask me like, who do you think has the hardest job in music? I always say like mixers or engineer, producers and engineer and mixers, because it's just like the process is so hard. Like just taking those classes at Berkeley and just sitting in the studio. And I had a professor that was like playing frequencies and he'd be like, beep, beep. Is that 2,000 hertz? Is that 4,000? I'm like,
I have no idea what that is. I can't tell you.
According to my calculations, I think it's like 6,000, completely off. It's literally 2,000. I'm like, I don't know how you're just knowing these things by a single sound. And then we had a project where he was like, okay, well, give me the measurements of your dorm room. And that should tell you where your monitors should be. And so you can hear the music well and hear your mix well, because there's a such thing as dead spaces in rooms.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to have your monitors up. You have to have the tweeters by your ears, not against the wall.
Don't judge my monitors because they ain't.
I'm not going to judge them.
They is not there.
It's okay.
They not there.
It's okay. But just knowing that stuff, I'm like, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do that. I'm not going to be sitting at this thing for hours trying to level and no.
My guy AJ makes it seem so easy. So he's an amazing engineer here in Atlanta. I mean, he's engineered for. AJ. I think he's engineered for everybody. Like every known artist in Atlanta, Rick Ross. I mean, you name any known. I mean, he right. Which he lives. He actually doesn't live that far from me. But anyway, he's a sound guy, but he makes it seem so easy. He was like, just do what sounds natural. Just do what sounds.
And it's so.
Does it sound good here? Bloop, drop that frequency. I'm like, oh.
It's so crazy, especially like I feel like I've learned how to make sure I sound the way I want to sound. Like I know at a certain frequency, I want to cue that out. And I know I want to put in a low pass filter or a high pass filter, whatever I want to do. But when it comes to like other people's voices, I'm okay. I'm not going to be the one mixing it anyway. So as long as I know how to do my voice, that's all I care about.
So on your Instagram, you have a declaration that says, I am the future. What was going through your mind at that moment? And what does the future look like for you?
In that moment, I was just thinking about how I have come so far in my journey. And by the grace of God, it's been pretty easy for me. You know, like there's a lot of artists out there that have like very like harsh stories or like say, oh, I had to go through this, I had to go through that. But honestly, the way my journey has gone, it's helped me understand that this is actually my purpose, alongside with just my dad naming me Madyson Symphony. That plus my journey has shown me this is where you need to be. And by me saying that I'm the future, I'm like, I'm clearly meant to be here. Like, I'm one of the next artists that's up. And when I think of my future, I think of me, of course, making music and being an artist, but also just expanding my talents, like writing for other people. Like, even, I don't think it'll be my story where I'm not making music, but even if God's like, hey, actually, you're just going to be a songwriter and you're going to do this, I'm okay with that being my future. I just know that in the future, Madyson Symphony's name will be on albums as a collaborator or as a singer.
Liner notes.
Or someone's liner notes is going to be on somebody's billboard. It's just, I know it's going to be something great. And so it's also a reminder for me to just keep going, and that I am one of those future voices that soon more of the world will know. I mean, I do have I still have like a good audience of people that know me now, and I'm so grateful for my family on Instagram and YouTube that have been following me on YouTube since I was a little girl, and on TikTok as well. But I know that in the future, I'll even have more family that I can say are supporting me and just know who I am.
Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out.
Watch out.
So as a female singer-songwriter coming up in today's music industry, what is your perspective on how women are represented? And what do you hope to bring to the conversation through your own artistry?
Well, one thing I can say is that women, especially Black women, are taking over the industry right now, especially in R&B and honestly in every genre. Like, women are really doing the thing right now. And it's an honor to be a woman.
Right.
But it's honestly amazing to like watch just this new sound that they're creating just happen. And I think it's represented well. The artists that we have, it's definitely represented well of just women in music, because you have women not only just singing, but they're producing. You have women that are playing. I mean, I love her. Like, she's out here singing down, but also hopping from the drums, piano to the guitar during her performance. You have Victoria Monet, who's writing for everybody else, but also writing her own hits and doing choreography down to the T, and, doing what needs to happen. You have Chloe and Halle she's producing her own records and she's giving you choreo as well. And she can play the piano. Halle plays the guitar, writes down, just a beautiful voice. It's a great representation of just who women are in music, and it's a true inspiration to me. And what I hope to bring to the industry is I just hope to keep up that same stamina, but also do it in my own way. Like, if y'all can't tell, I'm a tomboy all the way through. Like, you not gonna see me in a leotard on no stage or in some tight tights, and but I eventually want to get to the point where I'm producing my own records, and which I'm working on that now. And then also like, playing instruments on stage and like giving people a show, but in my own way. Because although I grew up recreating Beyonce music videos, which I should not have been doing, but I was doing it anyway because, hey. And granted, like, yes, she's also someone that I study, but I just know me as an artist that I'm not gonna, be giving you a full 8 count in glitter, in glam, but I will still give you a show in my way and in who I am. And so that's what I hope I can bring to the table, just something fresh and new. And hopefully I want to inspire other young artists to make music that they love and not be afraid to venture out. Don't put yourself in a box. As a Black woman, it's okay if you're not singing R&B. It's okay if you're punk or if you're pop. You don't have to be neo soul. That is A-okay. Make what you want to make and be who you are.
That's powerful. Powerful. So many times do people try to fit a certain mold and put themselves in certain spaces. If you love country, be a country artist.
Exactly.
If you love K-pop, be a K-pop artist. Nothing wrong with that. right? But sometimes I think, we got the phrase in our, community, that's not what Black people do. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Black people don't ski, right?
I want to learn how to ski.
Black people we don't swim. Black people don't do, country. No, why not?
Exactly.
Why not? Like, I love classical music.
Me too.
If I was a pianist, trust me, I'm not. But why not?
Yeah.
And they get shamed because of that. Because you don't fit into that mold of what we expect for you to be. We got to give people grace to say, be whatever it is you want to be. And do the type of music that you want to do.
Yeah. Especially just as a Black woman, it's like you're expected to have a certain vibe or sing a certain way. Even though I grew up in the church and I know how to, sing in the rafters and belt for Jesus, as an artist, I'm not going to growl you down and belt and scream in a song. I'm a very smooth, chill tone girl, and I'll open up when I need to. But I just feel like as a Black woman, just the way we sing, the way we carry ourselves, it's expected to be something just extravagant and just big and out there. But some Black girls like me, I'm very chill, awkward, closed in. You might expect a certain vibe from me and get the complete opposite. And I just feel like the artists that we have today, they're showing that Black women are different. Like Doja, she's eccentric and it's
very
like, but it's like the quirky Black girl style and it's fun. And then you have Willow where she's on the same rails, quirky, but it's just everybody has a different vibe. And I love how you get not just only Black women in all different shapes and sizes, which is something that really wasn't happening later in the music industry, where you have women that look like your aunt or your mom, they look like actual real people, but they also have completely different sounds. And I just think that that's amazing, and I want to just keep that going.
Yeah, that's good. So what's next for you? What is upcoming? You talked about an EP, right? So what's next for you? What music collaborations are you looking forward to? What are you most excited about for that next step in your journey?
So what's next for Madyson Symphony is trying to figure out Madyson Symphony. I just recently graduated from Spelman in May. And so now that school is finally out the way, I'm really trying to focus on artistry and really put 10 toes down and put all my energy towards that, because trying to balance school on top of also in school, I was working and going on tours and everything, trying to work on my own career. It's just juggling all this other stuff. So now I have the time to actually focus on my career. And this summer I've been doing studio work and everything, and recording, doing BGV work. But it's really about focusing on me and getting more of my music out there. And I've been working with a lot of great producers in Atlanta, just trying to cultivate my sound. Because like I said, I'm a live instrumentation girly. I'm all here for MIDI and everything, but I love for us to record the drums, record the bass, record the guitar. I want it to be something that's very authentic and real. I just love live sounding music. And so that's what I'm just focusing on, just who Madyson Symphony is as an artist, what's her sound, and just trying to find more ways to reach out to my people on social media as well and bring in my audience. Because once again, trying to turn an assignment and then making sure I have content prepared for the week or the next 2 days, it was just like a chicken with my head cut off. But now is no more excuses. School is out the way. It's just time to go forward and just go, like my Tia says, ovaries to the wall. It's time.
Ovaries to the wall.
It's time to go ovaries to the wall and just go for it.
Go. That's right.
So yeah, that's what's up next for me.
Good. I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Thank you.
So where can people find you? How can they connect with you? How can they listen to your music?
So you can find me on all streaming platforms and on all social media platforms at Madyson Symphony, MADYSON SYMPHONY. It's easy as that. Just everything is the same.
But just notice it's consistent across.
Yes, consistent across.
I hate when it's not.
I mean,
find me on Facebook find me on Instagram find me on TikTok and Twitter or X as. It's like, yo, you gotta. Thank you for the consistency.
Yes, consistency. Because I want the people to be able to find me. I don't want you to, because One inconvenience in that you just lost somebody right there. I mean,
right.
and that's why I try to stress that Y in Madyson, because people are like, well, I searched it, I couldn't find it. That's because you have an I.
Yeah.
It's MadySynPhony, and trust me, I will pop up on everything.
On everything. That's what's up. Well, Madyson, it has been a pleasure getting to know you, getting to learn more about your music and what is next for you. And I'm looking forward to the next step in your journey.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Any last words? Well, you're welcome. Any last words for artists trying to get into this industry? What would you tell them?
Trying to get into the industry? Yeah. Oh, Lord, Vaughan, this is not easy. For the artists trying to get into the industry, right now in this day and age, social media is your best friend. If you're trying to get into it quick, fast, in a hurry, and you want your name to be out there, post. Use social media to your advantage. And also, not only post, but research where things are happening. Like, especially in Atlanta, there's always something happening. There's always a lot of like workshops, especially in the studios, like Patchwork. Like they have a lot of meetings and everything. Network. Go to everything and post on social media. And don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. No one is going to be like, oh, well, you sing and blah, blah, blah. No, you got to go up and do it yourself. And this industry is brutal. So you just got to make sure you confident, you know who you are, stand 10 toes down, advocate for yourself, go for it, and don't give up. It's not an easy journey. Just take like, truly inspired by Victoria Monet, because she's been in this industry for the longest. And she's just now getting her flowers for being a songwriter, for being a vocalist. She's been making music for years, but she stuck with it and became a Grammy winner. And you can't go anywhere without hearing her music. So just keep going. Don't stop. If it's something that you really, really want to do, keep going. Mm-hmm. And that's all I got.
That's great advice, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for tuning in to another interview here on the Indie Unplugged. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for learning more about Madyson Symphony. And we will catch you in the next interview. Peace.